Hi, today I want to take some cuttings and pot up, I think 8 plants that I want extra plants from. So I'm going to show you what those plants are like in the garden and why I want extras, and then we'll pop them up. This here is a Kaluna, or known also as Erica or Heather. Flowers all through the winter. So I would like some more of this to give me some winter colour. So I'm going to take some cuttings of this. I'm not sure how it'll go, but I'm going to try. Okay, so I have my pots here ready and labels for each of my cuttings I'm going to do today. Kaluna, Dusty Miller, Parahebe, Lysidora, Felicia, Osteospermum, Gaura and the Hebe. Now I'm going to add, I have here 2 parts potting mix, just basic potting mix, and 1 part vermiculite. Makes the mixture a little bit more porous. Now I've added boiling water there because hopefully it will kill any gnat larvae that are in that soil. I'll just leave that to cool down. Okay, so I'll just fill a couple of pots. Now you can see that this is well dampened. It's not wet. It's just well damp. Press it down. I've got, I'll just move that a bit. I've cut 3 strong pieces of the Kaluna here. Erica. I'll call it Erica. Might be easier. Okay, and I'm going to strip these leaves off here. Strip a bit more off, and I might just chop the top off. I don't want these cuttings to continue putting energy into the tops. I'm hoping that I might just make that a bit shorter. Okay, so that's that one. So I'm going to do the same with all of those. I think these are fine enough for me to fit four in one pot. So I have some rooting hormone here, powder, and I've now got my 4 Erica ready to go. So just dip that in there, make a hole on the edge of the pot. I'll put this under here so you can actually see what I'm doing. Firm it up around there. Another one here. Oh, rooting hormone. So I've trimmed the bottoms of these, and I've trimmed some foliage off the top and the bottom of each little cutting. So these, it's late summer here now, so these are going to sit here in this for the whole, right through the winter. Now they won't be inside. I'll put them inside for a few days in a cool place away from the sunlight, and then they'll be going out on the porch. Now this is the Parahebe, this little white one here. It's got a little pink centre, so it's very pretty. But this little shrub is quite old now, and I'm going to take some cuttings of this today. And I've got 2 in the garden, so I'll take some cuttings and make some new plants, hopefully. So this is the parahebe, the one with the little white flowers. So I'm just going to strip the bottom leaves off. I've just cut this, so it's a clean cut already on these. 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to cut the growing tip out of the centre, and also chop the ends off some of these. Just don't want these leaves to be top. Cut the middle out and just trim the ends off these leaves. Same again. Right, I'm not so worried about the smaller leaves. Into the pot, firmed up against the wall of that. So there we have it, there's 4. I'll just put the label in there. The reason I'm labelling these is if the leaves happen to fall off, but the roots are still forming, I'll still know what I've got here. Right, Lithidora here, under here. This has got a lovely little blue flower. See if I can reach in there. There's another one there. Beautiful blue. Brilliant blue. But this little ground cover, shrubby ground cover, I have had for quite some time. It's been shifted from another garden nearly 5 years ago, and it needs a little bit of rejuvenating, so I'm going to take some off that too. Well, I lost audio here, so I'm going to try recording over this video. So this is the Lithidora. Same process. Some of these are drying out a bit, so I'm just adding a little bit of water in here to some of these. It's quite warm in the room. So that's the Lithidora. This one is a hebe called Princess Leia, and I bought this for winter colour, so I would like a couple more to spread around the garden a little bit to give me some winter colour in my other gardens. So this is that hebe now. So I'm just going through the same process as I did with the others. There's nothing different here. I'll nip the tops out of that and put them in. Another one I'm doing today is this Gaura, this pink one here. I trimmed, show you the bottom of this one. You can see that this shrub is quite aged as well, so I would like some new plants of that. So here we are with the gaura, and once again I'll just go through the same process. This Felicia here, not far under here, is quite woody, and if I cut it too far back I don't think it would recover, so I'm going to replace that one. Okay, so that's the Felicia done now. Now this here I have grown from seed. In fact, I have two new ones here. There's one and another one there. As you can see, there's two down there that are really big, and this one here. Now, I was watching a video the other day by Budget, let me think, at Budget Gardening Vita, V-I-T-A, and she was showing how to take cuttings from this. So that will give me plants, I think, a lot quicker than growing some more seedlings to replace these. So here it is, the Dusty Miller, and this will get reduced quite a bit, these pieces, because they're quite large. And I'm being followed, as always, being followed around the garden. Now I'll just go around here and show you this one around here, which is Leptosporum, which struggles through the winter. So that's got a bit wet through this winter. I'm going to take some little cuttings off this today, and that probably will grow roots quite quickly. This is the Leptosporum. Now, you'll notice that I accidentally chopped the top off that, but I'm going to plant it anyway. See how it goes. It should be okay. These root very easily, these little plants. Any of these succulent type things are not difficult to grow from cuttings. Now, sorry, I haven't been using my microphone for some of those. So that's it all done now. 8 of them, 6, 7, 8, which will be 32 plants if they all survive, which I don't really expect them to. That's why I do 4. Now, the only thing I'm going to do now is put a plastic bag over each one and put them away in the bedroom, cool bedroom, for a night. And then maybe tomorrow, if the next few days are going to be fine, I'll put them all outside. So I'll just show you what I do here. Bag, just put it gently over the top. Might put that down. Gently over the top. Pull it down. If you can avoid it, don't have too much of the, don't have the foliage of the cuttings against the bag if you can avoid it. Sometimes you can't really. So here they are, all bagged, except one, because I ran out of plastic bags for now. So that's the Felicia. It looks pretty strong and happy, so should be okay just for 24 hours or so. Now these ones here I did previously, and I don't know if you can see the condensation that's sitting on the inside of those bags, which is a good sign. So they're pretty much the same sort of dampness as the ones I've done today. So that's a good sign. So we'll keep an eye on these, and today or tomorrow I'll be putting them outside on the porch. This is one of the plants that I've grown from cuttings before. This here is Heliotropium. Now, as you can see, this is all that's come back after the winter. So there's just this one with a little bit of growth down the bottom. So I took some cuttings of that, I think 2 seasons ago. This one in a pot, which is very, very lovely. It's got a beautiful fragrance. Its common name is cherry pie. And this one here. So 2 are grown from cuttings and potted up. Now this is another plant that does quite well from cuttings. This was quite a bit higher than that, and I cut it down. So that did well. The other thing that's very easy to take cuttings from and grows roots quite quickly is these geraniums. So they're things that I do most years. I do a few extras. Another one I've grown from cuttings is this lavender here. Very successful from cuttings. I think this one here is probably my main plant, and this one's self-seeded beside it. And there's another one under here, which, as you can see, it's quite woody under there. So I may well take some more cuttings of lavender